everybody, Aficionados Chris here, and welcome to another installment of Make Mine Disney, the show where I get to talk about one of my very favorite subjects, Disney. And it shouldn't surprise any of you that I got myself a Disney Plus account. In fact, I actually pre-ordered it long before it even debuted, so I got to watch them all at launch. And by watch them all, I mean I've mostly been watching The Simpsons. It seems like a lot of people have been enjoying Disney Plus, and who wouldn't? They have so many things on there, many of which I actually was not even expecting to see debut on the service. And it's been a fantastic debut with some killer original content and a lot of classic films and TV shows getting a second shelf life. But I'm not here to sing all its praises, although I certainly could. This video is all about some suggestions that I have for the service. As someone who's been enjoying it quite a lot, I feel there's a lot of room for improvement, or it's just some minor things that I believe should also be available on the service. So consider this more of a suggestions video as opposed to a top 10 musts or demands, if you will. And I can't wait to share them all with you, so let's not delay any further and get right into it. These are the 5 things that I would love to see on Disney Plus. Right out of the gate, I want some new original animated films done with traditional 2D animation. I'll be first to admit, I'm kind of spoiled after Netflix's Klaus, which was a phenomenal film and shows that there is still love for the traditional animation way of storytelling. And it's an itch that I feel that Disney should go ahead and scratch again, considering it's been over 8 years since the last theatrically released 2D animated film from them. And what better way to pick them up again than by putting them on Disney Plus? Personally, what I would like to see is them resurrecting some abandoned projects. For example, I would love to see Gigantic resurrected as a traditionally animated film. And honestly, with some of the concept art, I think traditional animation would greatly benefit. And they don't have to all be abandoned films. I'd love to see some original and new stories, or even new takes on other fairy tales that Disney has yet to touch. I think it's a win-win for everyone. Disney can make some new animated films, and people who've been craving the traditional animated Disney films again will be able to live them once more in their own home. Disney Plus has an amazing selection of television shows, animated or otherwise. Be them classics from the One Saturday Morning eras, or even some of the Toon Disney or Disney Junior shows. But for someone who's watched as much Disney as I have, it's very apparent that there's a lot of shows that have not debuted yet or are being completely swept under the rug. And I'm here to say, some of those shows deserve a second look. Be them weirdly omitted classic shows, or even cult shows that I believe could find a new audience on the service. Some examples I can think of would be the 1994 Tick, Bear in the Big Blue House, which I honestly think is criminal that it's not on there at launch. Over Yonder, which I know a lot of people on social media have been demanding. So listen up, Disney. Stop pretending you didn't make that show. Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, The Proud Family, which is also a strange omission considering the film is on there, but the series is not. House of Mouse, Dave the Barbarian, and Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go. Oh, and Mad Jack the Pirate, one of my absolute favorite Bill Kopp shows, and in fact, pretty much all of Bill Kopp's shows should be on there anyway. Get me Eek the Cat and Schnookums and Meat Funny cartoon show. And another strange omission would be the Aladdin animated series, despite the fact that the service debuted with Little Mermaid, Timon and Pumbaa, and Hercules. The Aladdin show is personally a favorite of mine, so it's kind of a bummer that it's not on there. Something that is synonymous with Disney history for me is film critic Leonard Maltin. Maltin has written several books on Disney's history, and in fact I own 2 of them back there, and he has done many openings for pretty much all the Walt Disney Treasure DVD releases. Maltin deserves to have at least some input on the service, maybe a TV show where he talks about the history of the Walt Disney Company and its films and shorts, or he can even, much like the Walt Disney Treasures, film some openings for some of the more controversial titles that may not live up to today's political standards, but deserve to be seen uncut and unedited. Something akin to Whoopi Goldberg's openings for the Tom and Jerry DVDs. Leonard Maltin has done a lot for me as a Disney fan and has done a lot for the company, so I think Disney Plus owes him this. Of course, the service has a ton of movies and apparently more to come, but as I scrolled through and started searching for some classics that I wanted to revisit, I noticed a lot were missing. So here are a few that I would like to see join the service at some point. Right out of the gate, a classic, Scarecrow of Romney Marsh, deserves to be on there. It's been a hailed classic in my household for many years. It just recently got a Disney Movie Club exclusive Blu-ray release, so it's only fair that it should also be on the service. This one is wishful thinking, but honestly, I think it's time that Song of the South finally sees the light of day, and considering they've put up a lot of films like Dumbo and such with little things in the description saying that the representation of the culture is not up to today's standards, you could do the same thing with Song of the South. And honestly, I think it's ridiculous that there is a whole generation of children that know the song Zippity Doo-Dah but don't know what film it comes from. Give us Song of the South. It's time now. A strange omission that I noticed is that Brave Little Toaster, a classic from my childhood, is not on there, yet the 2 direct-to-video sequels are already on there. So pick up the slack, Disney. Put Brave Little Toaster on there. It's a classic. Other greats that I can think of that aren't on there that deserve to be are So Dear to My Heart, a classic with Burl Ives, The Straight Story, one of David Lynch's only Disney films, and honestly a wonderful film. But because of the recent acquisition, that means Disney has a catalog of Fox titles that they can also put on there, so here's a few Fox titles that I suggest should be on the Disney Plus service as well. Some animated classics for me, like Fern Gully and Anastasia, I believe would be perfect fits, as well as a personal favorite holiday film of mine, Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger. One of my favorite childhood films, The Page Master, is absolutely perfect for the service, and honestly, I think that film gets a bad rep and deserves to be looked at once more. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Disney also owns the Super Mario Bros. Movie with Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo. You know what? That deserves to be on there too. Do it, you cowards. Last but certainly not least, there is a great selection of Disney classic shorts on there. They've got the classics like Steamboat Willie and the band concert, and they also have Lonesome Ghosts. Hallelujah! But so far they only have a very small selection and honestly not enough Goofy and Donald shorts on there, or at least if they are on there, I am having trouble finding them, which as a side note, that's another thing you need to fix, Disney Plus. Make it easier for me to find the things I'm looking for. But I guess my point is, I would like to see all the Disney classic shorts available on there. For example, one that I was dying to watch but isn't available there would be Runaway Brain, my personal favorite Disney animated short. But as we all know, this is very early on with the service and it's all trial and error here. My suggestions may not be much, and honestly some of them might not even happen very soon or at all, but I think it's fun to speculate and shows how much I care about the company and the service that I have been watching. So I pass the question on to you. What are some things that you'd also like to see on Disney Plus? TV shows, movies, anything? Let me know in the comments down below. And that's it for this short little video about my personal suggestions of what I'd like to see on the Disney Plus service. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please have a wonderful day. Goodbye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Did you enjoy what you saw and you want to see more? Alright, well then click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be notified for upcoming videos. Oh, be sure to like and comment as well. And if you're really generous, you can support the channel through Patreon.